Hello, my loves. How are you? Today or right now, if you guys are binge watching, we are making our way through the Wellness Lifestyle Pyramid. It really is your step-by-step plan on how to raise your quality of life. We've talked about eating right, getting that proper nutrition and feeding your body, fueling it for what it needs so it can try and get some kind of balance there. We've talked about getting exercise, any kind of exercise, and now we're talking about one of my favorites, which is rest and managing stress. And I feel like this one is like, okay, right? Because I feel like this one is one of the tougher ones for us ladies because we can't sleep, we can't stay asleep, we can't fall asleep. Our stress levels are through the roof. We wake up and our cup's already full. We're already dealing with so much with our bodies that everything else in life is just over the top. And this one was tough for me. This one was tough for me. And a lot of it has to do, again, with daily habits, things that you actually have control over. When it comes to rest and managing stress, the way that they connect is really cortisol, right? So when we are in a constant state of stress, right, or anxiousness, our body is pumping out cortisol. Cortisol is technically a good thing. Our adrenals pump cortisol throughout our body throughout the day. They give us those bursts of energies. But cortisol is also our fight or flight chemical. So if we are constantly in a state of fight or flight, I don't know if this is, super common knowledge, but when you're in that fight or flight mode, the rest of your body starts shutting down because it is focused on survival. So things like proper digestion, right? They all start to slow down because they aren't important because our body thinks that it's literally fighting to survive. When you have constant stressors in your life, which we do, we're on a hormone page, we absolutely have constant stressors in our life, our body is overproducing cortisols, okay? And that causes weight gain or the inability to lose weight. It's not healthy for our bodies, and all of our other processes are put on the back burner by our body. So the first way to tackle this is caring for your adrenals. Like I said, your adrenals pump cortisols throughout your body. We talked about those overexposure to cortisols and what they do to your body. Overworked and overtired adrenals, when they're tired, they don't stop. They actually overcompensate when your adrenals are tired, and they start pumping out even more cortisols. They're overachievers. They don't know when to stop and just take a break and chill out for a minute, and they're overproducing these cortisols. Eventually, we find ourselves in this terrible cycle of being absolutely exhausted from start to finish, but not being able to really tell where that process starts and ends. Two of the biggest factors in this are caffeine and chocolate, which is high in, it makes your body produce those more cortisols. So like I said, we end up in that cycle where we have no idea where it begins or ends. Are we waking up exhausted or are we going to bed exhausted? Regardless, we wake up in the morning and we drink that coffee or multiple coffees. But each of those coffees, caffeine, creates bursts of cortisol for up to 12 hours after you drink them. So if it's 5 o'clock at night, you still have a few hours of work to do, or you put off your work because you're stressed and in pain and you just needed to do it later, you're not going to be able to fall asleep, and you're not going to be able to get a restful sleep because for up to 12 hours after you drink that coffee, your body's still pumping that cortisol, okay? Ultimately, you hit that point of adrenal fatigue where caffeine will actually then have the opposite effect and calm you down, which, my dudes, is not, it's not healthy. I know that we joke about it because we could pound 12 Red Bulls in a day and it won't even affect us, and we think that makes us, badasses, but really, it means that we are suffering from adrenal fatigue. And our body is overproducing cortisol, and then we're upset when we can't lose weight, right? It's this never-ending cycle. In a normal world, we should be able to wake up in the morning and just be ready to go. I know that sounds so far-fetched, and I know it's mind-blowing, but that's how healthy adrenals work. We wake up, they say time to go, they give us that burst of cortisol in the daytime, and then they take a break and allow our bodies to produce melatonin at night. Helps us sleep, helps us rest. And while we're resting, our body is healing, our body is recovering. We don't allow our bodies to create or sustain that schedule. And because we intervene and grab that quick fix that ends up hurting us more in the long run, we need to help train our adrenals to stop overworking. We need to train them and tell them to take that break and allow our bodies to level out. There are 2 products that I use, not even on a daily basis now. I started using these products at first daily, but then my body kind of reached that baseline where I no longer even need these unless I'm going through a pretty tough stage. So really quick, Magnolia is chock full of this thing called linalool. Linalool is the main calming component in lavender. We all know lavender. We all know it's calming. A lot of us use it at night. But Magnolia has 3 times the amount of linalool in it than lavender does. So it's like lavender on steroids. It helps regulate your adrenals and calm them down and get them on more of that schedule. So you could literally apply Magnolia to your adrenals. If you put your hands in fists and put them right behind your back, they're right back there. You can just take, it comes in a roll-on. You can just roll that right on your adrenals twice a day, and that's gonna help support them and help them get back into that schedule. Another thing that I was taking, again, at first pretty frequently, was a supplement called Mito2 Max. What I love about the products that I use, and again, nothing is the same for everybody. Some people might not like these products, but I'm just letting you know what I use in my daily basis in my journey of getting my body back to healthy, back to happy. What I love about these products is that there's nothing synthetic. There's nothing fake. There's no fillers. So Mito2 Max is actually natural energy produced from the adaptogens in mushrooms. It's not actually caffeine, but it's an energy and stamina complex. So I would take 1 in the morning, maybe 1 in the afternoon, but I really don't even need it anymore at all. And it would give you that natural burst of energy that sustains for quite some time with no crash whatsoever. No crash at all. I think about it, for some reason, caffeine kind of actually affects like my mental state. I take caffeine and I'm on this high, and then when I crash, I crash. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if that's how everybody else is. Some people just keep drinking caffeine so they don't have a crash, but eventually you will, and it's gonna hurt. So these are 2 things that are going to support your adrenals. They're going to support your ability to be able to really go to bed at night. And there are other products I use at night that I diffuse, or supplements that I take that we can talk about later. Or if anyone has any questions, put them in the comments below and I can absolutely let you know my nighttime protocol. Again, it's different for everybody. And then one more product that I really wanted to talk to you guys about today is a roll-on called Calm. And I call this magic in a bottle because I do not understand the science behind this roll-on. This roll-on, I would use it throughout the whole month because I, being on birth control all month, constantly feel like I'm PMSing. And Calm is all about balancing those emotions. So when I am just like really struggling, I'll put Calm on my pulse points. It's strong. You don't need a lot of it. This roll-on lasts you a very long time, but it has a calming aroma that helps soothe those heightened emotions. So again, I use it all month, even when I'm not quote unquote PMSing. It helps balance your mood. But also, I don't know why, you guys, but if you use this roll-on your abdomen, right under my fupa, and right along your back, it helps significantly with pain. And I'm not talking about just cramps, right? If you're on this page, you basically have labor pains when you are on your menstrual cycle, or you have cysts that are causing the most excruciating pain on this planet. And I'm telling you that I have myself, family, friends who use this roll-on for that pain, and it touches it more than anything else. I'm not saying it takes it away completely for some people. For me, it did when I was struggling with this, but if there's one thing that you focus on, it's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of pillar. It puts us right in the middle of lifestyle habits and self-care. And it's important. It is so incredibly important. I know this video is a little on the longer side. I apologize. If you need to listen to it again, listen to it again. Any questions, put them in the comments, and I will talk to you guys soon.